Hello knitters, Barbara Benson here. I'm an independent knitwear designer who also likes to make videos here on my YouTube channel, Watch Barbara Knit. If you'd like to know more about my knitwear designs or join the Watch Barbara Knits Facebook group, please check in the description below, and there you will find links to both of those items. Today we have a 5-minute-ish video for you. There was a request from KDL521 for a better explanation on stitch mount and what I mean by stitch mount and what stitch mount is. It took a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but it's a super short video. What I want to make clear is what I'm talking about is stitch mount in the standard Western style of knitting. This is what the majority of the patterns on that you're going to find from US designers and UK designers are going to be. But there are different types, and it's perfectly acceptable to knit with a different kind of mount. There are people who do combination stuff. There are different ways to knit, and none of those are wrong. I am just talking about the most common way and what is typically taught and I would say English-speaking countries most of the time, I believe. So here is a little bit about stitch mount. I'm using big yarn on oversized needles to better show y'all what is going on. So this is really not normal. We have a little patch here of stockinette, so you can see how the stitches interlock. If you follow this stitch, the line of yarn goes up and down and up and down. You can see it's interlocking up and down. Over here, that's what garter looks like because it alternates. This is the knit and this is the purl. This is the little purl bump, the little necktie that makes it the difference between knit and purl. When you are knitting, you insert through the front leg, yarn over, and pull through. Let's do that again, and let's talk about some mechanics. So what do I mean by front leg? Well, what I mean is the leg that's in front here, the first one you come to. Okay? This is the front leg, and the one back here, you can see it just barely under there, that's your back leg. You insert your needle from left to right through that front leg and wrap your yarn counterclockwise around the needle. If you think about this being the center of the clock, you're wrapping it counterclockwise and then you pull it through. Let's do that a couple more times. Counterclockwise, pull it through. And then that gives you the stitch coming out. You have, as you can see, the yarn in front and then this leg in back. That is your stitch mount. Now, if you were to insert as normal, but instead of wrapping your yarn counterclockwise, you wrapped your yarn clockwise like this and pulled it through, look what that has done to your stitch. Your front leg, which would be the leg that you come to first, is actually behind your needle. So leg number 1 is behind your needle and leg number 2 is in front of your needle. You have just reversed your mount. Let's do that again. And again, you've reversed your mount. I'm going to do that to a couple of these garters too. Okay, we're going to do it backwards again. The one that we wrapped incorrectly, look there. So, if you wanted to knit it the way you normally would, you'd have to struggle to get through there, like that. Now, one way to fix this, if you come up to a stitch and it's mounted reverse like this, where leg number 1 is behind and leg number 2 is in front, the way to fix it is super easy. You simply knit through leg number 1, and that is going to reverse your mount. It's going to rearrange for you. Isn't that cool? Now we're in our stockinette section. So we want to purl this first one, and we come up to the next one. Whoop, looky there. It's reverse mounted. You can tell because leg 1 is in back and leg 2 is in front. To purl this, if we just purl it as is, we've done that. Oh, look, that looks all kinds of wrong, doesn't it? Because we've got one stitch that is reverse mounted and one stitch that is standard mount. Now, again, the way to fix this is super easy. You just purl through that first leg, which currently is the back leg. And then we've just got regular. It's a little bit challenging to do on these big old needles. Now let's look and see what our stitches have done. Regular, regular, regular. Now, this is the one where I purled through that one. It was the first leg, but it was in back. But since I purled through it in the back, look, you still have your regular stockinette. But here's the one I purled as it was presented. I just purled it in its reverse mount, and look what happened to this stitch. It crosses that stitch. Let's go see if we can find it in our garter. And there it is. This is the one I fixed by knitting through the loop that was on the far side. And here's the one I just knit as presented with the reverse mount, and it twisted. So, when you are looking at mount, what you are looking at is the position of this first leg and this back leg. That is a standard Western mount right there. This would be considered your front leg. This is considered your back leg. If they tell you knit through the back loop, this is the loop you're talking about. If your stitch, you come to it, get out of here, wires. And if instead of looking like this, it looks like that, then your mount has been reversed, and it might cause you problems. I hope that made more sense than it created more confusion. I anticipate that there might be questions. Please feel free to ask them in the comments below, or come over to the Watch Barber Knits Facebook group and we can continue this conversation. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up, click that like button, and if you would like to be notified whenever I upload a new video, please subscribe to my channel and select notifications. And if you have a knitting friend who you think might enjoy this video, please share it on the social media platform of your choice using that share button. Thank you so much.